All Stars Online is brought to you by season sponsor Alpro, a certified Danone B Corp company focused on making the best barista-crafted plant-based drinks. The full range consists of the soya, almond, coconut, and gluten-free oat drinks. They've been created with high bar performance and quality in mind, so you'll be able to find an ingredient that complements your coffee perfectly, regardless of flavor profile, processing, origin, or roast. Hello, and welcome to All Stars Online Season 5. I'm your host, Sierra, the coffee specialist for Alpro UK. And this week, I'm super excited again to be joined by the 2018 World Latte Art finalist from Japan, Shinsaku Fukayama. How are you, Shin, and where are you right now?
Thank you. I'm really good. Thank you for having me today. And I'm living in Osaka now, Japan.
Oh, very nice. I've not had the chance to go. So tell me a little bit about Osaka.
Oh, you never been there to Osaka?
No, it's such a shame.
It's similar Melbourne. Have you been to Melbourne?
Also no, but I know that I will want to go this year for MICE,
Yeah,
where the World Barista
yeah,
Championships are going to be held. So
yeah.
yeah, and I hear that you've also worked a little bit in Australia as well for quite, I mean, not even
Mm,
a little bit, for quite a
yeah,
while.
yeah.
So
Because
tell us a little bit more.
I I represent of Australia.
Yeah, exactly,
Yes,
exactly.
yes. It's
What
really
do you love
weird.
about both these places, Osaka and Melbourne?
I feel like a little bit similar because of more friendly people live in Osaka and Melbourne, like
Yeah.
a comedian.
No, that's
Yes,
really good.
yeah,
And obviously you're doing coffee in Osaka at the moment. I heard that you've opened up a roastery actually.
yeah. I started own company July 2020, and then it's really small coffee roastery and then barista education school.
Wow, that's amazing.
Very, very
That's really
small.
cool. I'd
Sure.
first like to say a warm
Yeah,
thank you to our season sponsor, Alpro, who have
yeah.
sponsored season 5 of our WC All Stars series. And our stars, like Shin here, will be making some delicious signature beverages with Alpro's range of plant-based ingredients. So make sure you stay tuned to check that out. In this episode, I'm going to be chatting with Shin about his coffee career, competitions, and more. And we also have
Yeah.
Shin's signature beverage video. So I'm really looking forward to seeing
Hmm.
that. And then we have some coffee stories from
Yeah.
other All Stars. And finally, Shin will be sharing his coffee playlist for all of us to listen to after the show. Did you, first of all, get to watch the last World Barista Championships and I guess World Brews Championships and Cup Tasters as well at Host Milano in
Mm.
2021 at all? Did you tune in?
Yeah, yeah. I watched the cupping taste championship.
Yeah.
Yeah, my friends won the World Cup tasters. His name is Charlie. I used to work with him in St. Ali coffee shop.
Nice.
Yeah,
Amazing. Wait, Charlie who won? Yeah.
he did great, amazing. I think he
Yes,
practiced a lot.
yeah, I remember actually watching, I don't know if you ended up watching the finals, but I remember just watching him kind of collapse a little bit and just go,
Yeah,
oh my
yeah,
gosh,
yeah,
I
yeah.
won.
Yeah, of course,
That was
because
amazing.
he did. Yeah, he was a dream. He had a dream, and his dream came true. It's amazing,
It is
unbelievable.
amazing. Yeah, for sure, for
And
sure.
yeah,
And I really want to
yeah.
know a little bit more about your coffee story. How long have you been in
Hmm.
the coffee industry? Where did you
Yeah,
start?
I started barista in Melbourne 2013, and then also I started working the St. company back in 2014, and until 2020. Yeah, because I came back to Japan from Melbourne during COVID-19 pandemic. It was a little bit
Mm,
hard to stay there, and then I
mm-hmm.
decided to leave to Australia and start my own company. It was really hard decision. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I still had a job at St. I really wanted to start my company, so I decided to go back to Japan.
I've heard some stories. I know we don't know each other, but I've heard some
Oh yeah,
great
yeah,
stories about you being
yeah.
super persistent and wanting to work at St. Ali. And someone, I don't
Yeah,
know, I don't remember who was like, you need to mention this to Shin when you interview him. And I said, yeah, yeah, I will. So,
yeah, yeah. Because I didn't know how to speak English, and I didn't know how to make coffee. Yeah, it was 10 years ago, and yeah, it was really hard when I started, working, teaching or Senari. I cut orange 600 orange every single day. It was amazing. It was very fun.
And then you worked your way towards the bar, yeah?
Yeah. Because I was asking I really want to become barista,
Mm-hmm.
and I had so much passion for becoming a barista, and I just didn't give up. And then six months, after 6 months, I got a job, become barista. It
That's
was
amazing.
starting. It was
I
hard.
mean, as someone who has lived in another country and worked in another country, obviously I'm very
Yeah.
lucky to speak English, but to learn a whole new language
So hard.
and it's so hard. Yeah. How did
Yeah,
that feel for
absolutely so
you?
hard.
How did that feel? I mean, I imagine there was a lot of customer miscommunications, and communications with your team members are probably not the easiest thing either.
Yeah. So that's I did body language.
I think we all do.
I like coffee. Yeah, I like coffee. It was very bad.
Oh
But
man.
yeah, I think I was really lucky. I don't know, maybe the customer feel like I'm maybe a funny guy. And then but I always try to, but conversation, it's really hard, but I always try. And I was asking, what does it mean?
Yeah, and
They
I think
teach me.
also,
Yeah.
so what attracted you about latte art specifically? Because I know you learn how to make coffee, you learn how to pull shots, but then really putting the cherry on top of the cake with nice latte art is something that that clearly drew you. So what attracted you about it?
My father bought a coffee machine, a really small coffee machine, and a cheap coffee machine anyway. And he loved drinking coffee, but I didn't drinking coffee. It was 10 years ago, okay? 10 years ago. And then he showed me about YouTube. And then he showed me about the latte art. And I was like, oh my God, I want to do that. And then I decided to Googling where's the best coffee in the world. I just want to say in Melbourne, Australia. And then after a few weeks, I moved to Melbourne. Yeah, I was lucky because I think one more guy, his name is Ben Morrow. He also, I think, got a 6th place 2016 latte art finalist. He was working Senari bar as well. And then when I watched him, when he poured latte art, I was like, oh my God, I want to do that. And I started, decided the competition.
And so how long then have you been competing in coffee competitions? Because obviously there's the barista work, you get behind the bar, and then there's the additional step to compete. So how long have you been doing that?
I think I was very fast. Yeah, I started making coffee 2014, right? 2014. And I started the coffee competition back in 2016 until 2019. And so I took part in the Australia Latte Art Championship. It's 4 years to the national competition. And I was second, 2016, 2017. And then I finally won the 2018 Australia Latte Art Championship. And I did represent Australia World Latte Art Championship in Brazil. It was an amazing experience. 4 years. Yeah.
What was your key takeaway from competing in Brazil? What was the most important thing that you learned?
Situation is totally different between the national and the world stage. Yeah, and then of course there are so many good baristas all over the world, right? Everyone's so strong. And I think if I join again, so I think I need to practice different type of milks and then maybe different type of coffees. I did actually, but I never had experience about UHT milk. It was really hard in Brazil. It's totally different milk. We never use the UHT in Australia. Never.
So what would your advice be for people who want to compete, just perform in front of customers all the time? Like what would you say to help them?
Okay, to me, I think preparation is the most important. Preparation.
Mm-hmm.
This is so important. And then I think they need practice as well, mentality as well, and the physical side, and also not only just skills. Skills, all if you go to a world championship, top 6, everyone's skills crazy. Every competitor has crazy skill, so they need to practice the mentality.
Yeah, because the skills isn't what makes the difference. It's the that's what's up here.
Yeah, inside. I think I prefer to meditation. I think yoga, or maybe do exercise, eating well.
Yeah.
Also train maybe more physical, as I say. What I did, I think, like a marathon.
Wow, now that's too much. That's too much. We're not going to do a marathon. No. I agree with everything up to this point. We're not doing a marathon.
But I think mentality is most important. Yeah, and also in my mind, I'm always the best. I feel like always okay. What I don't care what people thinking. I'm always the best in my mind, just in my mind, okay, in my area. And then when I go to on the stage, I have so much confidence. I didn't think about shaking and nervous. It's just really focused.
Yeah,
I think
that's super important.
That's important thing. Yeah.
So, do you think you would compete again?
I will not drink a latte championship anymore. I still love it. Okay, I still love it, but I'm really loving the roasting as well now. I think I will go back to roasting competition in Japan, and then hopefully I can go back to on the stage, world stage. Yeah, represent Japan.
Nice. Well, you're going to be disappointing a lot of latte art, your latte art fan base, but
no,
you're going to have a whole new one.
Getting old.
No, thank you very much, and that was really helpful, and that was wonderful to hear about.
Thank you.
So we're going to move on into the next segment of our video, which is the photo round. Yeah. So I'm currently looking at this photo that you shared with us, Shin, and it is, when I first saw this photo, I was wondering if someone had turned the photo the wrong way around, because you're on a wall. You're on a wall on a snowboard, and I just couldn't understand it. So please tell us a little bit more about it.
This photo was in Canada, which was 2007. Yeah, when I was a professional snowboarder. Wow. And I was writing on the wall. It's like a skateboarding, right? I know it's crazy. I know it's crazy.
How did you get onto the wall is really my question, because I was like, how did he do that?
I just made it, what can I say in English? I just made it like a jump kicker. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. And then going to jump and then riding on the wall.
Absolutely nuts. I think I can safely say that this is not something that ordinary people know how to do. You've probably been doing it for a while. I've heard that you've been into snowboarding, and at a very high level, almost semi-professional, for a long time, before you got into coffee properly. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I started when I was 14, but I started surfing, and when I was 10, and I loved the skateboarding as well when I was kids. So skateboarding, snowboarding, surfing is my hobbies. Yeah, I joined a few competition as well. I think it was great training. I think practice before becoming a barista competition as well. So that's why I think I know how to make a plan, how to training as well, and how to do exercise well. And also I think how to keep motivation for the competition.
Do you still do snowboarding competitively, or because I've heard that I think you took a serious injury a while back, and therefore you're not doing it as much anymore, or?
Yeah, I had an injury many times. Yeah, many times. Especially when I was 23 years old, and when I had a filming in USA. Yeah, and then I cut an ACL and broke my knees. Yeah,
No.
but
Oh
I
man.
didn't remember anything. I
Were you
didn't
knocked
remember
out?
anything.
What happened? What do you mean? What do you mean don't
I
remember
think
anything?
I don't know, maybe blackout or something like that. I
Right.
never had
Okay.
memories. I just watched the movie later. I mean later. Yeah, and then I saw that. Oh my God, this is crazy. And then I just my doctor said to me, you can keep you can do a snowboarding, but you can't be like a professional snowboarder. And then I just decided to retire when I was 24, and I lost my dreams, and I was like a little bit depressed because I started when I was a kid, right? And actually I don't like studying. Yeah, I just love the snowboarding, skateboarding, surfing, and I didn't know that what do I want to.
What was the thing that got you out of your depression? Because I feel like we've all been there at some point. And to lose something that was so important to you for such a big part of your life, like there must have been something equally important in order
Mhm.
to get you out of there and to start living again. So what was that for you?
So I didn't want to talk to with my friends. I didn't want to go out, and then I didn't. As I say, I didn't have a motivation to do everything. I was looking for the what do I want to do, and then when I was 28, as I said, my father bought a small cheap coffee machine. I made coffee.
That's what happened.
Yeah, that's happened. Yeah, I was very emotional. Sorry, because it's bring back memories. Yeah, I was really hard to find what I want to do. 6 years after
Mhm.
retire snowboarding.
No,
I think I was very lucky now.
yeah, for sure. And I think that
Mm,
it takes so much strength to,
yeah,
pull yourself out of depression in that way. And I'm glad that coffee was a part of that journey for you, and such an
yeah,
important
yeah.
part of your life now.
Mm,
So that's
mm,
great.
mm, mm.
Amazing. Thanks so much for sharing that, Shin. I appreciate that. So we're going to move very quickly into the next part of our video, which is the
Mm-hmm.
signature beverage video, sponsored by
Okay.
Alpro. So Shin, we've shipped you some of our products, and you're going to be making a delicious signature beverage for us. Can you tell us a little bit more about it without spoiling us? We're going to have a look in a second.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. So I think so this drink is I will be presenting it to you is called dessert milk beverage. Mm.
Ooh, all right. Let's
Mm.
take a look. I want to have a look at this drink.
Hi guys, I'm Shin from Osaka, Japan. I'm 2018 Osaka Latte Art Champion and I'm 2018 World Latte Art Champion finalist. So today I will be presenting to you is called Dessert Milk Beverage. It's so tasty and delicious milk coffee. Okay, I'm gonna explain for you today's ingredient. My first ingredient is strawberry reduction. Second ingredient is Ethiopian Guji Geisha natural coffee to create drink that's really fruitiness and sweetness as well. Third ingredient is arboro milk, which has great sweetness and delicious milk as well. So there are four different types of milk: soy, coconuts, oat milk, and almond. So my favorite is coconut milk for ice drinks, but today I chose almond milk because almond milk like tastes jelly like, and also I want to make more increase sweetness. So that's why I chose almond milk today. Okay, so let's make espresso. So today's espresso, as I say, Ethiopian Guji Geisha natural coffee. So this coffee has bright acidity and beautiful aromas. Okay, I'm going to grind it. smell like strawberry cacao, a little bit caramel, a lot of floral notes. Alright, let's do it. I'm using 4 grind sugar, shaking 20 times. So my recipe today is 19-gram coffee and 40-gram out, and temperature was 94 degrees Celsius. So I roasted 8 minutes 30 seconds for more increasing sweetness and more beautiful acidity. Oh, beautiful. Alright, beautiful. It's a 40-gram out. So brew time is 28 seconds. Oh, smell like a berries. Wow. But however, I want to make more bright acidity. So I'm going to put it to fridge for cooling down. Good. Okay, so next stage. So next ingredient is strawberry reduction. So I use strawberry 100 grams and 2 grams of vanilla sugar. So I use blender because it's more easy way, but today I don't want to do that because it's a little bit noisy. I should use this one first. This one. This is already done. Strawberry reduction. So I use sous vide 40 degrees Celsius hot water temperature and 2 hours for more increasing sweetness and more strawberry flavors. And third ingredient is almond milk. So as I say, this almond milk already has great sweetness. However, I really want to make a little more sweetness and then more tactile. So I try to use a sous vide for 40 degrees Celsius temperature hot water and 2 hours as well for more increasing sweetness and tactile. And also I distilled this milk. I took 50% of water and I slow cook. Okay? Like this. It's beautiful almond milk. Okay. Next stage. Steaming. Are you guys ready? So steaming is my favorite technique. Okay. So I recommend the steaming is like a 50 degrees Celsius because if too hot, it's like a scorching the milk. Smell like almond jelly. That's what I want to say. Okay. And then I'm going to take an espresso. Already cleaned up. And then I put the strawberry reaction here. This is 2 grams and vanilla sugar. And then all mixed together. Beautiful. Class 3, dry strawberry on the top. So more strawberry fragrance. Alright. Beautiful. Look at that. So creamy and delicious milk. I hope you guys enjoy. And cheers! Tastes like almond jelly, strawberry milkshake, caramel.
So that was a great video. Thank you so much, Shin, for sharing that with us. We're going to be talking a little bit more, just a couple more questions before we round up this All-Stars video with Shinsaku Fukayama. So Shin, how much has the competition world changed since the pandemic? Because when you were last competing, obviously it was pre-COVID. So how do you feel things will have changed now from what you've seen, you know, at post-pandemic?
When I watched YouTube barista championship, and then judge just need to wear mask, right? It's really, I think it's really hard to see their face, smile or something like that. If I explain the presentation or something like that to judges, I think it's really hard to see their face, I mean, happy or it's really difficult, I think.
Yeah, I think being able to read the judges is such a, you know, an important but understated a thing in competitions. You know, being able to judge that relationship with them. So no, that's
because
that's
if you know where, if you know where mask, I can see their face, smile, or maybe no happy or, or happy. So I think it's difficult.
Tell us a little bit more about your roastery in Osaka at the moment. So what's it called? Where is it based in Osaka? You know, what have you been up to with that business so far?
Oh yeah, so I started a coffee company that 2020 in July, as I say, and then it's a small coffee roastery, and also we do education for new baristas as well. Fortunately, I'm really lucky. It's really busy.
That's really good. I mean, so what are the differences between the coffee scene in Osaka and in Melbourne? Like you said, they were quite similar, but are there any differences?
Yes, a little bit different because Japanese coffee culture is a different type of styles, and then there are many style of coffee shop which called kissaten. Do you know that kissaten?
No.
It's like old, very old style of coffee shop. They have siphon as well.
Nice.
Very cool. Drips. It's really good. Yeah. And also there are many vending machine as well. People easy to buy the coffee, right?
That's really good.
But it's still popular. But however, that has changed, and now more people are visiting cafe to really experience the specialty coffee. And then everyone would go to cafe to meet friends and drinking coffee together.
My last question for you is, what else keeps you busy outside of coffee? So what are you doing outside of coffee today?
Outside of coffee, but well, as I say, I'm pretty busy now for on coffee company. And busy training my staff to take over the operation, and then organizing our second shop as well.
Second shop?
We are going to open the second shop this March.
So that answers my question, because when you open that second shop, you're not going to be doing anything outside of coffee. It's just going to be coffee.
It's okay. I love coffee. I really love.
That's fair.
I think all of us I never feel. I never feel like working.
Yeah,
never.
love what you do, and you'll never work a
Yeah.
day in your life. So yeah,
Yeah,
that
exactly.
makes perfect
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
No, thank you so
Exactly.
much for answering our questions, Shin.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
We would like to thank our series sponsor, Alpro. And we're going to go into our next video now, which is our coffee story segment. We've reached out to a few people in the industry to ask them how they first got into coffee, as we all have our own story of how and why. And I hope you enjoy it.
Hi guys, my name is Wojciech Teisler. I would love to share my coffee story with you. My coffee story started in 2006 when I came to Ireland. I'm originally from Poland and I came to Ireland in 2006 looking for a job with no English at all. I found a job in one of the restaurants in Dublin as a floor staff, basically cleaning the tables after the customers. And I remember that I had the barista machine in the corner. Remember, was the La Marzocco Linea Classic. The guy who was barista there was really good that time, you know. He was making really nice latte arts on it, you know, like a Hards Rosetta at that time was like a wow, you know. I never saw the latte art on the drinks before, you know. In Poland I did lots of paintings, like acrylic, oil painting, you know. When I saw the first time we can actually do something on the coffee, I was like, wow, that's something where I really interesting and something where I really want to do. So every spare minutes, every free time I was spending with this guy crafting my skills, you know. After a few months I was barista full-time in that restaurant, making latte art, like pulling your shots and latte art, because I didn't care about the espresso that time, you know. It was just the latte art, make a better latte art. I stayed in that restaurant for nearly 9 years. 9 years, you know. After a few years I've been promoted to the head barista, and that time I start digging more about the coffee, more about the beans. You're learning about the extraction, you know, different varietals of the bean and stuff like that, you know. In 2014 I saw first time the barista competition. I was like, wow, barista competition, like I didn't even know it's something like that existing. So in 2015 I did my first competition, barista, and I came third in Ireland. After a few months, the Bewley's Tea and Coffee, when I currently still working, they offered me a job as a barista trainer. So I take that straight away, you know, and that's where actually, like, I was always really into the coffee, learning, but when I started working as a trainer, you know, attending to lots of the different SCA courses, barista and stuff like that, and started learning more and more every day, basically. I'm still learning, you know, but that was, you know, that was the biggest progress was from 2015 and entering the barista competition every year. So 2015, as I said, I did my first competition. I came third in Ireland. For me, that was the biggest achievement. By the way, we're passing the 3FE coffee shop now, where the Colleen Harmon house is. Every year I attending to the barista competition, and I came third, second, third, fourth, I think, once, because I went overtime. And 2019 finally I came the first Irish barista champion. And I was representing Ireland in Boston in 2019 when I came 20th. That was the big lesson for me, you know, like the world stage, it's the different experience, you know. Yeah, and that's my coffee story, guys. You know, it's short. Like if you look at the time frame, it took me 16 years, but currently top 6 in the world. I'm super happy with that, guys. I wish you the same, you know, I wish you the same journey for all of you guys. Hopefully shorter one, but for me, I love coffee. I love coffee, guys. I'm learning every day. I can't live without the coffee, you know. That's the best for me. Like, thank you, guys. Thank you. Bye.
Don't forget that on Thursday, Shin will be live on the Barista Guild's Instagram Live, where he will be chatting some more about his coffee career. And we'll see you then. We hope you enjoyed the show. We're now going to leave you with a link to Shin's playlist. If you followed Shin's social media accounts for a while, you'll know that he's incredibly camera friendly and loves a good dance. So Shin, would you like to introduce your playlist and some songs that have made it into this list that you're going to be sharing with us today?
What can I say? This Tropics. What is my favorite song actually? Do you know the Frank Ocean?
Yes.
Okay, my favorite is Thinking About You. That was my favorite one. When I was training for WLAC, I always listening to that music.
Nice. It makes all the difference as well, because you're so used to it, and you know the song inside out, and it just sets you in a good mood, and it's a great choice. I like that.
Thanks.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for sharing that with us. This was Shinsaku Fukayama, and I'm your host, Sierra, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks, Shin.
Thank you. Thanks so much. My pleasure.